Ibamo, keep Ibamo ball and he saved the ball. And what encouraged
when you go to Spain, there are two teams. There are two teams. It's
Catalonia
yes,
Los Blancos.
Yes,
I disagree.
Yeah.
Why would you disagree?
I disagree because in the context where the rejected stone will one day become the cornerstone.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to another exciting edition of VAR Sports Extra here on Studios 2 TV. If and when you see me seated, you know I'm your uncle Grandmaster. About to discuss with you what's going on in the world of football. Yes, I gather some great football minds. Where today me and them they come talk. You know, say when I tell you say I gather great football minds, I know they play with my panelists. Stay with me, don't go nowhere. After this commercial break, we'll be talking Champions League football and your favorite player's favorite player. I'll be right back.
Gundogan! Breakthrough for Manchester City! One man's missile ball coming up with smiling. Oh!
Welcome back from the commercial break. I say boys really they bleed. Well, which boys did they bleed? With this team. I'm not going to mention anybody name with this team. They are supporters for what Champions League football where them know they inside. Maguire Asan, Onana Nimche, Ronaldo I say, Bellingham I say, Mutimni Nimu. Your team know they there. But if I talk right now, boys go move to me. So make I no mention say the team they wear blue where they call them Chelsea. Hey man, Makobo Mudin. Without much ado, make I introduce my panelists to you. The famous Black Star supporter, Mr. Jerry.
Yeah. Charlie, are you guys? You go hear from my lawyers. What did you do me last week? In fact, you hear from my lawyers. No.
For some strange reason, you know, say that side they do some way. For some strange reason.
I know. Take a closer look at that.
The man who teaches aliens how to play football. Zlatan.
Fantastic, boss.
Welcome to Studios 2 Television.
Once again.
As always, your presence is always gratified. You are welcome to Studios 2 TV.
Very happy to hear. You know, we are
fantastic.
And
these days, let me say, after the introduction, I jump into conclusions. Because I brought for this, after the introduction, I jump into conclusions. Champions League. After the international break, the Champions League football is back. Me I say can make weekend football, but I mean say weekend football na interesting sir because some of the teams are the weekend football only Champions League, so we don't have to waste too much time talking about them. Let's focus on what is happening. The now is what is important. Let's proceed. Identify to re-identify. To say the Brofona Dawson. You see then identify to what? Re-identify. Man United versus Copenhagen, the first match on the bill. 1-0 on the night to Manchester United. Manchester 1, FC Copenhagen 1-0. Manchester 1, FC Copenhagen 0. But then, it's not a scoreline. It's about some of the stats of the match. Redemption. Some people were calling it rebirth. Hey, na brofo na man you funny using the who call Onana.
Oh, that's my name. Sir.
You see, better than John Terry. Van Dijk's idol.
Hey.
Harry Maguire is back.
One match, Peno.
It takes a match to build momentum, so maybe they are on course.
Oh, okay.
Zlatan.
But let me ask you.
Do ask.
Champions League the matches are in Omabo.
I will leave that one for my viewers. Zlatan,
boss.
What do you make of Manchester United's performance on the night?
So what I make about their performance is that all round the team on a day they really struggled against FC Copenhagen. The match was very tough. Possession of 51 for Manchester United and 49 for Copenhagen tells you that it was a ding-dong affair. But the good thing is that players that even the world, their enemies, the Red Devils, even the blue side of Manchester didn't expect to score on the day scored. And that was Harry Maguire. The rejected stone will one day become the cornerstone. Maguire with a game against Copenhagen. Fantastic, solid defending. Good incisive passes to Christian Eriksen in the midfield. That assist from Christian Eriksen to Harry Maguire. He's not a striker.
As a Harry Maguire, and was starting to Thiago Silva videos.
That's
because pass is not all man. Surprise.
One thing is that he was in talks with other clubs, Newcastle, West Ham, to move. He questioned United about that if he struggled for playing time, he's going to leave the club. But from their previous 3 matches, we see Harry Maguire. And one thing I don't know, Maguire minim nyame or somno. There's no Lisandro Martinez, right? And the guy is proving that he's capable.
Let me interject this. You know, after the whole out the best with the English national team now, Coach Rebecca said we should cut him some slack, and his mother made that press conference. No? I think, sir, this is the best comeback any man can do to prove his worth to the world. Because I release a press statement say I have never seen this happen in football before. Say it's never happened. I mean, I beg to be corrected. I have never seen anything of this sort. Say footballer because the man went on further to state say he's a tough breed, he's a tough character, because it's true. If you see the sort of treatment that Harry Maguire has, even me myself, I'm a corporate. Harry Maguire has received from pundits and media, sports people around the world, and it wasn't nice. So to start picking up the pieces, and Ninyami also, like you were saying, is very because Ngofona or competition, Africa has say Harry Maguire for your chrome honor.
Oh, that's so be to me for baby.
No,
even the white people want to me for baby. Oh, that's it.
Me say you has say you be say. Hard work.
So let's put that one aside. He's not a striker, but just look at the positioning for that header from that brilliant cross from Christian Eriksen. Put the defending department aside. The lion in the goalpost, Andre Onana, moving from the UEFA Champions League finalist team Inter Milan to Manchester United, a team that is struggling. He went there to prove his worth to the club, but unfortunately Okoka, and on the night he made 4 solid saves against 3 from Copenhagen, their goalkeeper. As I said, 50 dangerous attacks from Copenhagen, he was able to save the day with 4 strong saves. 40 against Manchester United. It tells you that Copenhagen, for normal media, they play their heart out.
I read a tweet online. Obviously, is that FC Copenhagen or Barcelona playing?
They played very, very well.
Of course, in the first half, especially.
You know, it was so painful that their man Jansen, he missed the penalty against Onana, and on the other end, Onana was the happy man, because for you to be able to save a penalty, you shouldn't forget that they lost against Galatasaray in the group. They also lost against Manchester United. So they needed this win if only they are going to still keep themselves in the competition, or else they will go to Europa.
That makes a lot of sense.
So this win is going to propel them for the rest of the games in the UCL.
It's a massive boost to them.
It's a massive boost.
Definitely.
Christian Eriksen with the man of the match or the day tells you that they are midfield. Eriksen is reviving, but we shouldn't forget United need to get players on board. They need to bring new acquisitions. That's the problem. So this is the time, if you are Eric Ten Hag, you build upon this momentum. You don't do Matramaka in your coming matches. You don't go and play players from the academies that are expecting wins.
I noticed something about Manchester United at the time they played with some of the blunders. Onana or Corsi, and he was allowed the press conference to talk to the media. The match against Arsenal, Chelsea versus Arsenal, the match between Chelsea versus Arsenal, I noticed a similar pattern. One says Sanchez, he mistake against a declaration, a 36-yard goal.
Yeah.
After the press conference, so quickly, Pochettino, I think that's what the difference between the two coaches. Keep a mistake. The whole world is against him. The internet is trolling. Then you allow him to go to the internet and tell them that it is his fault. Or someone might say, okay, that's him being the bigger man. But I think it's wrong for his confidence. Because after that, we saw what went on.
Yeah.
It was happening over and over and over again. Yeah. But then the match against Arsenal, Chelsea for a draw or hope. Immediately after that match, Pochettino said a team error. you can't single out one person to blame. Because if other players made avenue sell or pass on the ball now, he wouldn't have given out that wrong pass. I think that that's the best way a manager can defend any goalkeeper under fire.
Yes.
So what I say, moving forward, I think some of the press conferences that Onana or he has to be prepped better. Some of his choice of words, in the long run, will come back to haunt him.
Yes.
But the match against Copenhagen on the night, fantastic goalkeeping by all standards. As an African, I was very proud.
Yeah.
I am the type of person that on a usual night I would be on the against side. But for some strange reason, penalty nearby, not any Brian Richard on an eye, Ibamo, keep up Amo ball and he saved the ball. And what encouraged me the most about that save wasn't the penalty save itself. He saved the ball to the corner kick. And when they were jubilating, go, move, corner, defend the corner. He was telling them, defend the corner. That is someone who is determined to rewrite his wrongs. Manchester United on the night, Mr. Jerry, what do you think about that match?
Well, I think they did well. They did well. In fact, as you said, if you look at the possession of the game, Copenhagen played very well.
The match played ended on a 50-50 possession.
Yeah. No, I think 51.
I saw on some platforms.
So it was a close match.
It was a very close match. And if you look at the corner kicks, and it tells you that they really gave Manchester a match. And that is where sometimes you need your big guys to step up to the game. And that is what Maguire did. Okay, Maguire, I think this goal will really boost his confidence going into the other matches that they have. But I think looking at their group, they've played 3 matches, right?
Yes. Of course.
Lost 2, won 1.
Yes.
Okay, that tells you that they are preparing for Europa League.
So Bayern already have 9 points.
Yeah, Bayern has 9 points.
Galatasaray
4. 4.
Manchester United, they have 3.
Okay.
Copenhagen 1.
So, and even looking at how Copenhagen is playing,
Yes.
And it will not surprise me when Manchester United goes away and then lose. It will not be surprised. Okay, but it's good for Manchester, boosting their confidence going into the Manchester derby, which is this weekend. I think it's going to be a good match for them. It's going to be a cracker. And you see, Maguire is doing well. He's doing well. And when he does he does that errors, we bust him. But this time around, Charlie, he's doing well. And Onana too is doing well. But that's you could see that these 2 guys now, they be Onana, but they were the guys that saved the club on that day. Yeah, that is why football is a teamwork. If error bar, we don't blame one person. As you said, what Pochettino said, it's not one person. Error. But if he find a bedroom, wrong pass, you get it. I think they did well.
Well, congratulations to Manchester United. They are not out yet. Okay, from there we jump to Arsenal versus Sevilla. Arsenal 2, Sevilla 1. Sevilla, Omon featuring.
I've always said this, that when you go to Spain, there are 2 teams. There are two teams. It's
Catalona
yes,
Los Blancos.
Yes.
I disagree.
Yeah.
Why would you disagree?
I disagree because in the context where we are talking about European football, we are talking about Sevilla and Arsenal.
Who is talking?
So what you are trying to say is you are going to look
Let me finish.
Okay. Let him land.
Let me land. Okay.
Let him land so you see the place.
What I'm saying is, when you go to Spain,
when you
go to Spain,
of course.
Okay, there are 2.
When you are traveling side going to Spain. The only team that you have to fear in Spain. Barcelona and
Real Madrid. The other ones, they are
just school girls.
They are yes. That is why you can see in their league. It's reflecting in their league. It's reflecting. You could see that Manchester is beating. Madrid is beating everybody. Barcelona is winning their matches. You understand? But in other leagues, you don't see it that way. Even if you are going to win, you're going to struggle a bit. You get it. So Sevilla, Arsenal. I wasn't surprised that Arsenal winning it 2-1. And you see, Arsenal has a very good squad this season. I think they learned their lesson from last year. Right now, they have a very good bench. Yes, they have a very good bench whereby when the going gets tough, good substitutions. That changed the game. You get it. So I think it was a good score line for Arsenal going into. I think this season they want to make impact in the Champions League.
So, moving from Spain with that same plane that he landed over there to European football, there's no way Arsenal is closer to Sevilla when it comes to European football.
Makes sense.
So, going to the UCL tie.
Sevilla, they always play Europa.
That's why I said European football.
They don't belong.
European football.
They don't belong there. So I think they themselves they want to help. They want to help themselves.
So going to that perspective against Mikel Arteta, Diego Alonso, Sevilla played the game with 54% of possession. Yes, new coach. And we shouldn't forget that when it comes to being clinical at the up front, we will choose the trio of Arsenal, Martinelli, Gabriel Jesus, every day ahead of Locampos and Nesiri and the new boy Loki back. You don't expect them to trash Arsenal as they do.
But we expected them to give
and it was a match, 2-1.
Of course, the scoreline is a bit deceiving. The match was telling another story. Arsenal were playing as if they were at home.
Arsenal were playing as if they were at home. Because we already know the black sheep in Sevilla squad. We know where they want to go. Put that one aside. On the day, Ramos at the back was not able to command the team as we expected him to do. Because we saw that blunder, that mistake, that pass to Gudelj, the defense for Saka to pick the ball. Definitely. And we don't expect Sevilla to compete with Arsenal head to head again. No. Sevilla has always shown that when it comes to the blue side of Europe, which is the UCL, they are not ready to play with their hearts. But when it comes to the yellow side, which is the Europa League, they will play with the last drop.
Who motivates them?
That's the problem. They have, the Spanish clubs, when they dominate a competition, they take it as their pride. That is where they belong. They are not ready to move. Real Madrid in the Champions League has taken it as their pride. Whenever they even hear the anthem, they know that this is our moment. We have to do something. Sevilla is also monopolizing the Europa League, making it difficult for them to even concentrate and compete in the Champions League, forgetting that the Champions League is higher than the Europa League.
Higher for me, at the end of the season,
I get a trophy.
That kind of mindset.
So even if they are struggling in their league, they can be on the 10th position in the league, but they will still win the Europa League. That is the team we are talking about, Sevilla.
Not against my Chelsea.
No.
Not against
no.
Any other team behind.
Any other team they can win.
They were able to trash Juventus.
Of course.
That's Juventus.
They were able to trash Manchester United.
That's Manchester United. Yes.
So Sevilla's team, I think psychologically they need to be psyched up that being champion magicians back in the Europa League back to back under Unai Emery. It's okay, we should move forward. We should try and find something also in the blue side. We should make our names outside. It is not everyday Spanish giants. Madrid, Barcelona.
I was even thinking they should be investigated.
They should be.
Oh no jokes. Sometimes I feel like Sevilla they intentionally Champions League for the Europa League.
Yeah, because it's
it's a norm now.
It's now even scares the clubs down the Europa League.
Because take a look at their performances in the Champions League. As soon as they move from the Champions League to Europa, they become a new organized side.
Yeah.
And on any day, they will not be the bottom club in the group
at all.
Third to drop into Europa. They know how to win.
That's what I'm saying. They should investigate.
And you check their group. This season will be another miracle for them. Lens, Sevilla, Arsenal. You don't expect Arsenal to go to Europa, right? You expect Lens to give us a match.
Of course.
You expect PSV to also pull something. Then Sevilla will analyze the situation and say if that is the case, I know where I'll go. I'll be third. Lens will be fourth. Arsenal then PSV continue the journey in the UCL.
Yeah, I'm even thinking Lens will go through.
Lens.
Ahead of PSV.
Okay.
I'll see Lens. Fantastic.
Fantastic. I think they drew yesterday.
Samed, of course.
They drew yesterday.
Oh yeah. So far after the 3 games for the 4 clubs, Arsenal 6 points, Lens 5 points, Sevilla 2, PSV 2.
So Lens is definitely going through.
Yeah,
the way they are playing,
keep
their heads up.
Yeah.
So our next feature for the day would be Real Madrid against Braga. Rodrigo Jude Bellingham. The name that's always in the trend for the right reason. Jude Bellingham. Jude Bellingham, Ataje, what's it there?
Yeah.
He seems to have found himself a home at his new home.
At his new home, yeah. I think he's
Jude
doing.
Bellingham, what he's doing this season is wonderful.
It's wonderful, yeah.
I mean, I expected him to flourish at Real Madrid. But then with some of the things I'm hearing from the Real Madrid players on how he was able to move from Borussia Dortmund to Real Madrid itself. Say Vinicius Junior move texted, come to Real Madrid, come to Real Madrid. Say the players not so much than the agents too. Because I don't want to make texted Victor
Roque
Barcelona.
So it is like they create
that. They create
that
that
they want.
Yeah, Okwa we need budget. What I say.
And most of them they speak the same language.
Okwa we need budget.
12 matches, 11 goals.
Yeah, I think
3 assists.
But he's doing well.
As it stands now, watching a Ballon d'Or, Bellingham. No competition.
And we shouldn't forget he's a midfielder.
So good as Beman they run for his money. But I'm telling you something. If tomorrow is Ballon d'Or, Jude Bellingham.
But tomorrow is no Ballon d'Or, so let's move on.
If tomorrow is Ballon d'Or, Jude Bellingham wins.
He's no Ballon d'Or.
We the Guineans will stand with Sekou.
We still have a long way to go. What I say. How many matches now? I think
he even had a knock on the night. It's
part of football. It's part of football. And I've watched him in the Spanish league, and I think yesterday I watched a little bit of the Braga match. Fantastic. The guy has been good. But I think I watched one match against Atletico. I didn't see much of him.
Diego Simeone
No.
He's that type of manager. When you are thriving, you are shining.
You know, Musa. Now I'm waiting to watch him in the El Clasico. Me, coach. So maybe
a coach is he was limping when he was substituted.
But sometimes with me dodgy El Clasico.
The story that we are talking about is that we want him to see him prove the same magnitude, the same ball playing qualities against the big clubs.
We the Madridistas have our fingers crossed and we are praying he will feature.
Yeah,
because the coach belittled the injury. Said it's not a big deal, but he was limping.
Yeah,
and footballers don't have to limp after matches or when
if they are okay.
So
if they are okay.
So you are telling the section of the fans said he's okay, but we saw a different scenario on the pitch.
That's true, and you know, Carlo Ancelotti's side, as my senior said, that they were struggling against Atletico de Madrid because they were lacking forwards. They were even lacking Vinicius Junior. With the introduction of Vinicius Junior once again, we saw him in the city of Napoli, what he did, fantastic goal. Yesterday against Braga, we shouldn't forget the creator on the day was Vinicius Junior, 2 assists to Rodrigo and also Jude Bellingham.
My question is, why is his name not in the Ballon d'Or list?
That would be a big topic.
Oh, you been penalty. You see Ballon d'Or. You see Ballon d'Or. Ballon d'Or. To win the Ballon d'Or.
Enlighten me.
A whole lot goes into it.
Okay.
I believe that today we are not talking about the Ballon d'Or. No, we are not talking about the Ballon d'Or.
I believe today we are not talking.
Yeah, we are not talking about Ballon d'Or.
Sounding like a minister.
I'm not a politician.
So what I'm trying to say is that Real Madrid will be Real Madrid if only the attacking heads are there. Because Rodrigo this season is a ghost. But for Vinicius Junior to be able to create an assist to give the guy to score, to revive his energy ahead of the El Clasico tells you that if they are lacking their forwards, only Jude Bellingham cannot do the magic.
Quick one. I have a problem with the Madrid board. Okay, so you lose Karim Benzema. Big player by all standards. And the funny part of the whole losing Benzema is not losing Benzema itself. You lost Benzema when the transfer market was still open.
So you could have gotten a very good striker.
Why are you not trusting him? Was it a panic buy?
Maybe.
You see, I sometimes have to watch Yusulo's body language and I feel sad for the guy. You've brought in a striker, but you decide to keep him on the bench. And you go into the matches and after the match, we are hearing the Madrid fans say they don't have strikers.
Yes.
Rodrigo, on your ball boy, on your cleaner. That is what he does. Or your striker. Mm-hmm. He's a proven one. Madrid won't come and sign you because you're a Spanish international. Come and play for
No.
Do you know the painful thing? Ahead of this Braga game, they said a guy, if you check flash score, they'll tell you that illness. So he was not part of the squad.
Sometimes illness. He doesn't even make the squad. I just have to
Maybe
feel sad for
I
the
think they don't. The coach doesn't have the confidence in him.
Then
And I
why
think
do you go for him?
Unless
you
the
know,
coach comes out to tell us the
no.
board
Sometimes, sometimes the board buys players. You
And
understand?
in the matches he has played, we have shown him shown quality.
Shown quality.
We have seen him show
You know,
quality.
but you know, a coach sometimes you may show quality, but he doesn't like you. If he doesn't like you.
Then
we will say just like he ditch Eden Hazard.
Yes.
Of course.
If a coach does not like you, he doesn't like you.
And me, I think
You see,
Carlo Ancelotti knows very well that the Brazilian is not for him.
I heard that from I think from the media. Somebody said that what's the name? The West Ham coach. What's the name?
David Moyes.
David Moyes did not like Gudus the signing, but the board liked the guy, so they brought him in. That is because you can't tell me you sign the most expensive player in your in history of your team and then you keep him at the bench. You get me? So sometimes the coach does. If the coach prefers you, straight ahead you walk into the team. You understand? So maybe that is what is happening to the guy.
Inter Milan, RB Salzburg. Inter 2, Salzburg 1 on the night. Salzburg. Alexis Sanchez, forgotten man. Hakan Çalhanoğlu on the night. Fantastic player by all standard. Inter Milan, this season they won't play him like last season. As a
But you know that their group, one surprising club over there is Real Sociedad.
When you say surprising,
Nobody expected Sociedad to be there. Real Sociedad, nobody. Although they were able to play well last season in the league to qualify for the Champions League.
that is the question.
But after three,
That is what I wanted you to say.
But after 3 matches in the UCL, we expected them to be maybe 3rd or 4th in the same group with Inter Milan and even Salzburg. People expected Salzburg
Well,
to
I am
play with the Champions League than Sociedad.
thinking that the Spanish football is actually realizing the competition.
That-
It shouldn't be between Real Madrid and Barcelona.
Barcelona or the
sometimes
Wales.
Atletico
And
Madrid.
Don't forget that the competition from the Spanish clubs will always torment other teams in Europe. When you go back to their country, Spain in the La Liga, it is the same old story. But I will always say, I will even support Real Zaragoza against Arsenal, because Spanish clubs, when they move from their territory to play in European football, they are different. We saw Villarreal beating Juventus, beating Bayern Munich, but you see Barcelona struggling against Bayern. Sevilla will catch all the big guys in the EPL and beat them. Ask me why.
It's a point of correction.
Oh, sorry. All the big guys, they deserve it. Not Chelsea,
some-
except Chelsea.
Some of the big guys.
Some of the big guys. Disclaimer: no.
Some of the big guys.
Yes.
So
Yes, you can beat United.
So
It doesn't mean you can beat everybody.
So what the Spanish club need is that they just need to qualify. We've seen Sevilla. Everyone knows where Sevilla is going to land this season. Everyone knows it. But look at Real Sociedad. We saw Villarreal last 2 seasons. So what I'm trying to say is that in the group of Inter Milan, after 3 matches and you have 7 points leading, scoring 4 goals and conceding only 1. Inter Milan 7 points. Inter Milan conceding 2, scoring 4. You get Red Bull Salzburg conceding 4, scoring 3 with 3 points, and Benfica. You even expect Benfica to play well in the Champions League.
I was expecting them to
than
be-
Real Sociedad.
to be
But
on
look at
top
what
of the
Benfica is doing in the group. So this group, I think Real Sociedad, it will be a very good push for them. If even they are able to qualify from the group, it's a very plus for Real Sociedad, the football club. And Inter Milan also, we shouldn't forget, they will play like they don't have. And this season, they are playing with the same tactics that they used last season. The 3-back. And now the 3-back, there's no Milan Skriniar. So they are playing Stefan de Vrij in the middle, Bastoni on the left-hand side, and then Pavard.
They've lost Romelu Lukaku.
And we shouldn't forget, their goalkeeper Onana is not there. So Jan Soma from Bayern is the one fantastic goalkeeper. Yeah. And they also have their 5-man midfield: Carlo Augusto, Mkhitaryan, Çalhanoğlu, Bastoni, Fratesi from Sassuolo. You go up front, you meet the El Tolo, Emiliano Lautaro Martinez. Yeah. Alexis Sanchez is also there.
Oh dog.
Marcus Thuram is also in acquisition. So I think Inter Milan
have a good team when they are all fit.
Yes.
They have a good team when they are all fit.
Cuadrado is even on the bench.
They have a good team when they are all fit. So the last match for the night or for today is Napoli, Union Berlin.
Napoli.
With the exclusion of our own brother Victor Osimhen.
Osimhen.
Chiva.
Osimhen.
Chiva.
Kvaratskhelia.
The man of the night. Akwani Nimbobo.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's a player De Laurentiis would look and be praying not to miss. The Napoli.
As you know, De Laurentiis holding on to a keeper is his talent. A player holding on to a player.
Or say Eka 1 year Roberto
body.
If you like going ask Chelsea. So oh yeah, he said it about Koulibaly. Yes. So if Osimhen is not willing to sign, let him enjoy his rounds.
Yeah.
Victor Osimhen injured.
Yeah. But on the day they were able to get a
They were able to.
A scrappy 1-0 away at Union Berlin. This is a very, very, very high pressing side too.
Yeah.
Union Berlin, I am not happy with their group because I know what they can give to the Champions League. Of course.
I watched them against Madrid.
Real Madrid, yes.
And they gave Madrid a match.
Their point tally doesn't reflect their style of play.
Yes.
You know, it's all boils down to Charlie experience in the Champions League. This is their first Champions League.
Their first time.
Yeah, so they expect something like this. It's not easy. It's not easy like that. Yeah,
okay, so quickly, let me
teams like United are struggling. So
let's run some of the Champions League fixtures coming up for you. Feyenoord against Lazio. Feyenoord at home to Lazio. Celtic at home to Atletico de Madrid. Newcastle, the big boys against Borussia Dortmund.
Once again. So this
tough match.
Even before the whistle will be blown, Borussia Dortmund will be guessing, hey, so what will we have? Because if this club were able to trash PSG
4.
And then I made it.
Dortmund, because PSG not share 2-0. So let's assume on paper now it's 6-0 to Newcastle.
Yeah.
Per what PSG did to Borussia Dortmund and what Newcastle did to PSG.
Yes.
2-0, 4-0. So let's say Dortmund will just say so.
Yeah. But we also saw that on the day Newcastle were able to beat PSG, it was a blunder, like a mistake on the part of Luis Enrique.
It was
but
a
Borussia
tactical decision from Eddie
But
Howe.
Borussia Dortmund with Edwin Terzic, they have a very fine coach and he knows how to organize his team. They know how to keep the ball away from Newcastle. And you shouldn't forget, Newcastle don't need possession to score.
That is it.
Just 1-1 and Almiron will hit the back of the net. Isaac will do the dirty work. Callum Wilson will score. Guameres in the midfield. But we shouldn't forget Borussia Dortmund on the day. I think it will be a big match.
There's a certain Dan Bento waiting for you at the defensive.
It will be a big match. They will perform well than PSG. That's certain.
So are you predicting?
What I'm afraid of is if they try to outplay Borussia Dortmund.
Yeah.
What we said with the PSG the match is a different mindset. But I said with the Borussia Dortmund, the PSG shani. PSG.
And the Dortmund ma fi omo.
The NBA obedi.
Yeah.
Who be obedi. PSG Milan. Expectations for that very much.
Another tough match.
I'm predicting a draw.
You're predicting. I think PSG. Milan this season, I'm not seeing them.
They are blowing hot and cold.
One
week they are performing, the next week they don't know what they are playing.
Yeah, I'm not seeing them well. Maybe PSG is playing at home, right?
Yeah, PSG.
Yeah, PSG can win the match. Maybe a slim margin.
We're quick one. PSG Milan, quick one.
I think it's a draw.
It's a draw, just like myself. So RB Leipzig at home to Roadstar Belgrade. So Red Star Belgrade.
So Red Star Belgrade. Today we expect Osman Bukhari,
Red Star Belgrade,
Mr. Seal, to prove once again.
Quickly, let's move forward. Young Boys versus Manchester City.
It's a win for Manchester City.
Barcelona Shakhtar Donetsk.
It's a win for FC Barcelona.
So what I've seen Shakhtar Donetsk perform last week.
Yes.
The miracles I've seen them perform for the investors to be safe. Don't go and be throwing your weight around Catalonia side. I beg you, especially your rent, your school fees. Be careful. 18 years and above only. Bet responsibly. Antwerp versus FC Porto.
It's a Porto win.
It's a Porto win.
It's straight.
I'm happy today you didn't say quick loan FC. You said Catalonia side.
Catalonia side. Me say, boy, it's my precious. So we'll come back again to do this after this very matches. Stay with Studios 2 TV. Appreciate my big man from you, because when it comes to digesting and impacting football knowledge, These are the top guys for you. Once again, big man, thank you for passing through.
You're welcome.
It's a wrap on here. Don't forget, subscribe, turn the notification button on, and tell a friend to help spread the gospel according to Studios 2 Television. We can never do this without you. It's with your prayers that we are always growing and will get better and bigger together. Keep it locked on here, like I always tell you. It's just a bad day, not a bad life. Remember to be a blessing in someone's life. Stay blessed.
Gundogan! Breakthrough for Manchester City! One man's missile ball coming up with smiling. Oh! Just slipped